Hey everyone, it's Gabe Collins. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If we haven't met before, I'm a young professional about to be entering into tech sales. I'm covering my journey along the way and share insights about my experience and what I've learned and try to offer an authentic and young perspective on the topic. Today, I will be covering a huge topic that's been going around in the sales community, whether AI will replace salespeople. A common theme that I'm seeing across a wide platform of people is they're worried about AI replacing them because of automation, better data driven insights, chatbots and conversational AIs, 24/7 availability within most AI platforms, cost reduction, that's a huge one, and finally, buyers preferring self service. To touch on each of these a little, a main idea with automation is that there are AI companies or startups creating sales development representatives that are being completely taken over by AI. Basically, these AI systems are calling on prospects, emailing, booking meetings for you, which poses a huge threat to entry level jobs. It poses a question of, what is the new entry level if the first job gets taken over by AI? How do I get into more advanced roles and build a skill set to be good enough within one of those roles? Another perspective is AI having better data and being able to drive insights at scale with that data. The fact that AI can put together billions of lines of information and be able to spit out information can be really threatening to some salespeople. Prospects are interacting with chatbots and conversational AI, which can pose a huge threat for salespeople who spew information and try to come off as intelligent when all they're using is ChatGPT. Salespeople also have lives outside of work. They're human, they need that time off, whereas AI doesn't need that time off and is always available 24/7. Probably the biggest piece that I'm seeing is greedy large corporations are wanting to cut the amount of people that they need within all of their departments, especially within the sales organizations. Whenever a salesperson closes a deal, they have to pay them commissions. If AI is doing it, they don't have to pay them any commissions. They just have to pay an overhead to have that AI run, which with regular salespeople, they already usually have to pay a base salary. So it offsets for a lot of big corporations. And finally, buyers preferring self service, especially very technical buyers who know exactly what they need, don't feel the need to talk to a human. They just want to be able to input it almost like an online website where they can just click a button and receive what they're trying to get. So, through all of these problems, do I, as a person who's about to enter into tech sales in a month or so here, think that AI is going to replace me or any sales positions? No, but I think it could head that way for certain groups. So, why do I think AI is not going to replace salespeople? The first, and I believe this is an idea that revolves around all sales, no matter what you do, is that relationships are extremely important. And an AI bot cannot create a relationship with a prospect or a client. A lot of business is done through relationships. We're seeing a shift from a lot of technical buyers who are starting to be a little more transactional with what they need. A lot of the time customers don't know what they need. They need someone to tell them and give them insights or ask them thought-provoking questions to get to the root cause or the root problem of what they're trying to achieve. Empathy, trust, and nuance are all things that humans can do to build relationships that AI will never be able to. The second, which goes hand in hand with the first point, is emotional intelligence. AI struggles to interpret tone shifts, hesitation, and unspoken objections in real time. This is being developed, but it's going to take a long time and possibly even a complete rework into general intelligence for a chatbot to be able to understand human emotion and be able to understand the little nuances that come with being a human and having a conversation. The next reason AI will never replace salespeople is that it has an inability to creatively problem solve. Complex and ambiguous business problems require flexible thinking that AI will never be able to replicate. This leads me to my next point is AI's dependence on data. AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. If you can't afford to invest in a wide range of data and to be able to process and store it, you probably will not have a very successful or efficient AI bot. Finally, high costs of implementation. If you've looked around, you've probably seen that the majority of companies investing in AI solutions are companies that have billions of dollars to put towards these initiatives. The high cost of implementation for big AI projects is a huge risk that most businesses aren't willing to take yet until they see a true return on investment. Now, who do I think should be worried about getting replaced by AI. The first are cold callers who aren't doing research before calling. AI itself can be hyper personalized at scale. And if you're not pulling valuable information and offering value from the beginning of your conversation, you could get replaced by AI. The next is highly transactional account executives. Kind of like I covered with that last point with buyers preferring self service. If your product or solution is very simple, buyers may feel like they just want to buy it from a machine. They don't need to interact with a salesperson and go through the sales process. The next is inbound sales development representatives doing qualification. There are already AI platforms and solutions out there doing this where they receive a call from a warm lead, input information around a set of parameters or checkboxes to qualify the prospect, and then book a meeting. Finally, anyone who's underperforming and unwilling to adapt to using AI. So now that we understand why salespeople probably won't be replaced, but who is at risk, let's talk about what you can be doing right now to put yourself ahead and give yourself the lowest chance of being replaced by AI. First and foremost, it's really important to understand how sales has changed with AI. The old model was the more reps you're putting in, the more pipeline you're going to get, the more deals you're going to close. This, however, has changed a lot due to AI's ability to get information and make quick decisions based on that information. The new model is being at the right place at the right time with the correct seller using insights, often driven by AI. It's important to be a value driver. Like I said before, prospects are looking for conversations with salespeople that they're able to come out of learning something new or thinking about something they hadn't considered before. Now, with the wide range use of AI, most people are able to have simple discussions with a chatbot and be able to gain answers. So it's important to utilize what you have, the intrinsic human ability to be empathetic, understand the person, and ask thought provoking questions to solve complex issues. For myself, one of the first things I'm going to do utilizing AI is to automate a lot of my admin work. Lead tracking, emails in general, and sales forecasting can be assisted through AI to make that process a lot less time consuming. The next is hyper personalization at scale. I can utilize AI to tailor my outreach towards all of my prospects and clients and then add a human touch to ensure that it's still authentically me. This saves me a multitude of time that I can focus more on actual selling. For the next way I would utilize AI is to continually be a value creator that's boosted and enhanced by the power of AI. Acting as a coach, being insightful, asking thought provoking questions, and having complex discussions about prospects' issues, problems, and what they're trying to solve. The final two things are to stay human and stay ethical and transparent. The difference between you and AI is your ability to have emotions. The fact that you have emotional awareness puts you so far ahead of an AI bot. So utilize this when you're having discussions. This is how you differentiate yourself from a computer. Buyers who value relationships will never want to buy from a computer. They want to have that human relationship with a salesperson. And if you're only using AI and you're not differentiating yourself from a computer, you're no different. So be empathetic, use your intuition, understand what's going on emotionally when you're having conversations, and stay authentic with the information that you're using, how you're getting it, and check your AI's work after it's done. So, overall, is AI going to replace salespeople? No, probably not. It is important that salespeople continue to adapt and utilize AI in their everyday tech stack to ensure they stay ahead of the curve and remain as efficient as possible. Corporations are most likely only going to get greedier. And so, keeping yourself an effective and an AI enhanced member of a team will decrease the risk that you get replaced by an AI bot. What are your thoughts? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm really excited to hear on the thoughts around AI and what you think. Even if you're not in sales, how do you think it's going to impact your position? Looking forward to having conversations around the topic, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.